Hey guys, coming on to you. It's Sunday morning at the beach in Bali, and I wanted to come on because I think this is a really important topic. It's something that we all face, and if you don't have support around you or recognize it for what it is, it can actually stop you, and it's a dream killer. And it's we have the external blocks and we have the internal blocks. So right now I'm talking about internal blocks. What to do when you literally feel like you want to quit. And so inevitably, when we set out to reach big goals and do big things in our life, we're gonna be slammed with new feelings, uncomfortable feelings. Hey, Dad, and it's how we engage with our emotional world that determines what kind of world we live, right? So if we want to become more empowered in our lives and create and live a life that we design, a life of our dreams, if we want to start a business, if we want to create new goals and decide what we want to do in life, it is going to come down to how we engage with our emotions when they come. So when we feel uncomfortable, we resign and say, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stay comfortable, which just really means familiar, in a state of mediocrity or in living a life that we don't actually want to live. But instead, what we can do is we can understand that resistance is real. Almost think of it like a blob, like a tangible blob that smacks us, an inevitable blob on the path. So when we know that we're going to be smacked with resistance, and hit a little like if you're there, and this video is for you, because I know someone's probably feeling some resistance right now. So when we hear, oh, just a second, guys. Thank you. Makasih. Coconut situation. Yum. Okay. So what happens when we're setting that goal? There is going to be that big roadblock where we want to quit, right? So let's say, like I just had a client who is so fucking badass. I'm so excited. She's actually the inspiration for this video. She just did her first day of her workshop today. I hope she jumps on this live. And you know, it just, the same thing happens with everybody. I mean, my work is transformation, so I watch people have a dream in their heart and then set out to achieve it and then hit the roadblock. And I want to talk specifically about some roadblocks that I've hit, because I think you might be in a similar place, or at least by hearing my story, maybe you can resonate and relate to times where maybe you're in it now, or there's something you can bust through. So I just did earlier this year, I did a big talk, a TED talk, and it was on a very, very sensitive subject, and it was really, really difficult for me to do. The goal was bigger than me, which means it's a great goal, right? Because it's going to stretch you and grow you. And so there was at one point where I felt like I was crying a lot, right? It was about it was about childhood sexual abuse, and so it was really disturbing and difficult to go through and do this talk. And I called up a therapist, and I was talking to her, and she said that I'm not ready to do the talk, that my inner child isn't ready to go on stage. And I got off the phone with her, and I meditated. And this is what I recommend always. Take the wisdom from other people, but the best wisdom is from inside you. The guidance is inside you. So I got really quiet and I tapped in and I meditated, and I'm like, okay, I really feel called to do this talk. How can I do this talk? And what came to me was find a way. Like, I need to find a way. I need to find a way, which means I had more grieving to do, which means I had more healing to do, which means that it was actually a really good goal. From a soul perspective, the goal was requiring me to evolve into the woman who could actually do that talk. The solution wasn't back down and meet resistance and go home, call it a day. The solution was to evolve my soul, to call on that bigger part of myself. It's like when we're in the gym and we feel like we can't we can't go any further, and then our favorite song comes on our phone, on our music, and next thing we know, we dig deeper. We go from 90 to 95 to 100%, and we go all in. And we push through that resistance that was telling us that we needed to quit. We actually have more strength if we tap into it, and it's just knowing to tap into that strength. So yeah, it's about finding a way, and I wanted to say that that wall is inevitable. So right before I had an event that I threw in San Diego called the I'm All In Experience, which actually, because it was my last week in San Diego, it was planned the day after my TED Talk, and so I kept thinking. So my resistance wall was that was a bad idea to plan a big event right after you have another big event. It's too much in one weekend. Like, you need to focus. The more important thing is this talk that you're doing. And so I started feeling like I didn't want to go all in on my all in event in person, right? Which is the irony, right? My mentor is like, are you even all in on your all in event? And I was like, wow, look what I created for myself. And so what did I do? I considered quitting it and focusing on one thing at a time. And I meditated, and what I heard was, and so the key here always is tapping into the wisdom, right? I meditated, and what I heard is, oh, thank you. Some fresh fruit. Nice. what I heard was go all in, babe. You got this. And so I did. So I went all in. I had the event. It was amazing. And, there were people at the event who were profoundly changed, saying that I want to teach one meditation course one day. And I was like, all right, will you teach one in the next week? Teach at least one person to meditate in the next week. And she walked out of the workshop and she went live and told her Facebook community, and now there's like thousands of views on her video, that she wanted to do this meditation thing. She just wanted to try to teach meditation the next week. And then I believe what happened is she was invited to teach a large circle of people to meditate 2 days later. And now she's already living her dream. It starts with that commitment. And when we go all in, and we say, I'm all in, and we get all high on that energy, and it's really exciting, and then we hit the wall, we gotta stay with our commitment. We gotta stay committed. So it's going to look like your inner child isn't ready. It's going to look like I don't know how to do it. It's going to look like I don't know the software to do it. I don't have the community to do it. Nobody is showing up. I threw an event and no one's showing up. That's one of my clients. She's like, 2 weeks ago, she's like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can go all in still. Like, I want to cancel the event maybe. Maybe I want to try to see if I can get out of the contract. And I'm like, all right, well, let's take a couple of breaths. What's the real solution here? Close in. Are you going to quit? And so we closed our eyes, took a couple of deep breaths. And she said, no, I'm all fucking in. And it is that space. It is connecting with our soul and the energy inside us in which we determine if we are going to go all in and stay all in, right? So sometimes we want to do something and then we pivot, like it changes along our path. But so she decided she wanted to go all in, and you know what? She did it. She did it this morning. She did it, yesterday for me, but she did it this morning in New York. Saturday morning, she taught a bunch of kids mindfulness, and it was amazing. And once we see what we're made of, once we hit that resistance and we keep going, then we know, oh, well, next time, now we have a new experience. Next time I know I'm going to hit that wall. The wall of resistance is really real. So if you haven't hit that wall recently, I'm just reminding you that there will be a wall of resistance. So if you have a goal out there, type in what your goal is, or if you're hitting a wall of resistance right now, give me a little heart or something so I know that you're relating to this. Because what I do is I take a couple of minutes and I meditate, and whatever topic comes to me is what I make the video on, because I believe we are all connected. And so I just want to speak into what needs to be heard. And so I know some of you out there are in resistance right now. You're thinking about quitting. The goal feels too big. You're not sure if you can do it, or you have the resources. Some mental idea sounds really, really good on why you can't go all in, and it's bullshit. We can think of really good excuses. I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. I don't have enough certifications. But the truth is, I believe that if we feel the inspiration in our heart, it is our duty to deliver it. It is our soul quest. And the goals that are too big in the moment, then we pray to grow into the man or the woman who could achieve that thing. We can quit, or we could pray to evolve. We could put our energy in our evolution. How can I do this? How can I find a way to do this? Instead of there's no way it can happen, how can I make this happen? How can I become the man who can do this? This thing that's burning inside me that I want to share with the world, this thing that I want to create, the business that I want to create. Hey Phil, we can resignate. We can resign to the fear, resign to the resistance, resign to the doubt and the overwhelm, or we can use that as our opportunity to wake up and ask ourselves smarter questions. How can I get through this? How can I make this work? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to reach out to? Do I need to post on Facebook that I need some help? Do I need to hire a mentor, right? And if you do, I do have one spot left. Actually, I didn't realize I was going to jump into this, but it would be awful for me not to let you know that I can help you if I can. And if you feel the call, reach out to me, and reach out to me soon, because I have one spot left until I have another spot. I don't know how long that'll be. The other thing I really wanted to do is I wanted to invite you to the community we have on Facebook. It is the I'm All In Tribe. I'm actually going to go live in there in a couple of minutes about sales strategy. So I want my Facebook page is really about inspiration and reminding you of your amazingness, and reminding you of the energy that's inside of you and that you're unstoppable. And the I'm All In Tribe is going to be catered more to how to bring that business to life, right? So there's going to be a sales video. I learned something cool on the beach yesterday that I'm going to share with you. So if you want to join the I'm All In Tribe, either Google it or Facebook it, or I'll put it in the comments so you can join us there for those live videos that'll be catered to bringing your soul business out of your body and into the world, because we need what's inside of you. We need that message that's inside of you. That thing that you want to do, that whatever you want to teach us, the service you want to provide, the product you want to create, we need it. That's why you're inspired. It's not even about you. And when you can get out of your own way and own your strength and create it for us, we're going to be so excited for you. I thought I wasn't going to do that all in event, or it occurred to me maybe it's too much, right? The wall of resistance came, as it always does. I considered backing down, and then after the event, I wish I had marketed it more to bring more people there, because people are crying and having these profound results and are forever changed. When we transform, we're forever changed. The same thing happened with my client today who threw the event. You know, she had considered backing down and she went through with it. And then now she just did a Facebook Live about how amazing it was in the kids and the experience and the transformation that the children had. So that is the curve of going all in. We go all in, right? We get fired up and go all in, and then we hit the wall of resistance. And then am I still all in? Am I still going to do this thing? And then we either resign and the dream's over, or we recommit, and then we go all, and then we get to do the thing, and then we get to live in the joy of having gone all in, having stuff with it, fully committed again and again and again, as many times as we needed to, and then watching our impact on the world and seeing the impact that we had, and the people telling us how amazing it was that we did the thing that we were almost scared to do, because we feel we want to do it because they need it. These people need it. If there's something burning inside your heart, some inspiration, it's because there's some heart out there praying for it. Who wants it? Who wants whatever you have? So if you wanted to open a sober living home, or if you wanted to do a workshop in your community, or you wanted to do a series of Facebook Live videos, or make an online digital course, or you wanted to travel the world and coach people, right? It's because we need your service. We're not alone. We're not alone. Humanity is knocking on your heart. So unleash your soul on us. We want to see you. So if you feel inspired to come over to the I'm All In tribe on Facebook group, we'd love to have you. And if you feel called, or you've been feeling a stirring in your heart that you might want to work with me, send me a message. Say hi. Let me get to know you. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a beautiful day. Whew, I'm just going to show you the beach a little bit because I think I've been blocking it. Go all in. Go all in. YOLO. All in, babe. All in.